As a result, the highest vocal lines were sung by castrati, male singers or boys castrated before puberty to preserve their high voices.
Good God! Ouch!
Yikes! Good morning, good evening, good night. Wherever you are, welcome. Today I want to talk about countertenors. And as always, I try to make a short video.
Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit,
An aspiration I haven't been very successful with in the past, because evidently I can't keep my trap shut. But today will be different, I hope. Countertenors have a long history dating back to the Renaissance and the Baroque period. Their emergence was closely tied to the rise of polyphonic choral music. And if you don't know what that is, and I didn't either, there's a link to Wikipedia in the description. And linked, of course, to the development of opera. In the 16th and 17th centuries, the Catholic Church had strict rules prohibiting women from singing in church choirs. That's so atypical for the Catholic Church, it's strange. As a result, the highest vocal lines were sung by castrati, male singers or boys castrated before puberty to preserve their high voices.
Good God! Ouch!
Yikes! Or falsettists, males singing in their falsetto register. The use of countertenors was particularly prominent in England from the 16th up to the middle of the 18th centuries. English composers like Henry Purcell and Georg Friederich Händel, well, born in Germany but living and working in England, wrote extensively for countertenors. And in Italy, during the height of Baroque opera in the 17th and the 18th centuries, castrati were favored for starring roles due to their powerful and virtuosic high voices. The practice of castrating singers gradually and thankfully declined.
It's a tradition that I'm committed to restoring.
And in the 19th century, Baroque operas fell out of favor, and with them did the countertenors.
That seems such a shame, especially in such lovely weather.
However, the countertenor voice experienced a revival.
And I was reborn.
In the 20th century, with historically informed performances of Renaissance and Baroque music. And here is my question. How do you feel about countertenors? Do you prefer that certain roles like Sesto in Giulio Cesare or Orfeo in Orfeo et Euridice are sung by mezzo-sopranos or by countertenors? I know it's an idiotic question to ask. Since both voices have their unique strengths and beauties, I'm asking it nevertheless, because for me, it took me quite some time until I could appreciate the wonderful art of countertenors. I fell in love with this very special voice when I was directing Händel's Agrippina in Vienna, where two countertenors sang leading roles. But I guess not every one of you guys gets the chance to work as closely with countertenors. So maybe you didn't make up your minds yet? To help you with this, I want to show you Orfeo's aria Che faro senza Euridice from Christoph Willibald Gluck's opera Orfeo et Euridice. Interesting detail.
Nerd alert!
From this opera exist three different versions. The original Vienna version from, I had to write it down, 1762, in which the castrato Gaetano Guadagni sang the role of Orfeo. Then there is the Paris version from 1774, in which Orfeo's part was sung by a high tenor voice. And finally, there's a third version from Hector Berlioz, who was a huge admirer of Gluck. It was from 1859, and Berlioz wrote the part of Orfeo for the alto Pauline Viardot Garcia. So 3 versions, one for castrato or countertenor, one for tenor, and one for alto or mezzo-soprano. Confusing, I know. But we forget the French version and the tenor and are focusing today on countertenor and mezzo-soprano. Let's listen first to Cecilia Molinari, who sang the title role of Orfeo in Venice in 2023. A relatively high speed, a high tempo from the orchestra. Oof.
Che farò senza Euridice? Dove andrò senza il mio ben? Che farò? Dove andrò? Che farò senza il mio ben? Dove andrò senza il mio ben?
All right, she's a little bit overacting, but her voice is beautiful and she sings beautifully. I don't know, what do you think about the set? All the gray in gray, it's quite atmospheric, but she's completely alone on stage and that's not easy for her. She has quasi the burden of the whole opera on herself without any help. There's not a dead Euridice, there's no chorus there, there's nothing there. Not easy, but she sings great.
Euridice, Euridice, oh Dio, rispondi, rispondi. Io son pure tuo fede, io son pure il tuo fede, il tuo fede. Che farò senza Euridice?
Oh, that's beautiful. She's doing cadenzas here, decorations in the music. It's the tradition of Baroque music that the singers create their own little coloraturas in the second part of an aria to show the virtuosity and their capability and their vocal agility.
Dove andrò senza il mio ben? Che farò? Dove andrò? Che farò senza il mio ben? Dove andrò senza il mio ben? Euridice, Euridice, non avanza più soccorso, più speranza, né dal mondo, né dal ciel. Che farò senza Euridice? Dove andrò senza il mio ben? Che farò? Dove andrò? Che farò senza il mio ben? Dove andrò? Che farò? Dove andrò senza il mio ben?
So, what do you think? She sang beautifully. That's the mezzo-soprano sound. As a matter of fact, when I was a really young director and I was still studying at the University of Music, I had the chance to direct Orfeo at Euridice, and I did it with a mezzo-soprano at that time, and it was beautiful. So I like it. Mezzo-soprano, yes. Now let's see the countertenor. And here, as comparison, the countertenor Philippe Jaroussky, singing Orfeo in Paris in 2018. Here we hear already the tempo of the orchestra is much slower, more sad. The version from Venice had a really high pulse, and here it's really oh. And he has a dead, unfortunately, Euridice with him on stage, which is helping, of course, the acting or the atmosphere.
Che farò senza Euridice? Dove andrò senza il mio ben? Che farò? Dove andrò? Che farò senza il mio ben? Dove andrò senza il mio ben?
What do you think so far? I mean, he sounds marvelous, this Jaroussky guy. Philippe Jaroussky, he is a countertenor star, and rightly so, obviously. The set design, the lighting, oh, I love it. That's not the point of the video, but I just wanted to mention it. And I like the more subtle way Jaroussky is acting here, but it was not Molinari's fault that she was acting so overtly in the previous video. I mean, the stage director told her to do that. Bad director.
Che farò
Wow, that was really beautiful, beautiful. Mezzo-soprano, countertenor. Oh my God, it's impossible to decide, I know. But please turn your attention to the magic of simplicity, the set design and the lighting. It's a single light shining from the left to the right, and that's all we need. And the light captures the structure of the floor. What a strong picture. So, did you come to a conclusion? What do you think? Do you prefer a woman with a deeper voice pretending to be a man? Or a man with a female-sounding voice pretending to be or being a man? I don't know. Or, and I guess that will be the most popular answer, who the hell cares? As long as they sing beautifully and are acting in a believable way. Let's see what you will write me in the comments. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please like and subscribe. It really helps this channel to grow, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, please take care and ciao.